All right, let's start editing. There are a lot of things you can do with the events in your timeline, so let's just take a quick look at some of the most common operations that you're going to use when you're editing your projects. First of all, moving events around your timeline. It couldn't be easier, just like you'd probably intuitively think. Just click it and drag it to wherever you want. So you click and drag. Now notice that when I drag the video event, the audio event comes with it. By default, those events are grouped so that you never lose synchronization. You can right-click one of them and choose Group and ungroup or clear the group or whatever you want to do. So if you did need to edit the audio separately than the video, you could easily do that. Now here in this clip, notice that it's a pretty long clip, and maybe we don't need all of this. Maybe we want just a portion of it. You can easily trim this down. Just point to the edge of it and then just drag the edge and trim down to the point you need. And you can keep your eye on the video preview window to see what frame you're trimming to. And you can do the same thing with the end, the right end. Just pull it in and watch the video preview window until you see the frame that you want to trim it to. If you want to cut something out of the middle of a clip, you can easily split it. Just click it to select it, choose Edit, Split, splits it into two. You can see that you've got two different events here, and then just trim one of them, and now you've just cut a hole in the middle of that event. If you want to add fades, just point to the upper corners and click and drag in toward the middle. Every event on your timeline has these little handles that you can create fades with, so if you want to create fades on your audio, you can do the same thing. So fades in the video, in and out, audio, in, and fade out. So very easy to create fades. Now you can snap objects together, snap these events together. So let's say I wanted this event and this event to come one right after the other. Just move it close enough, and when it gets close enough, it just snaps right to it, so you know that you have no hole in between those two events. Now if you want something other than just a straight jump cut from one to the other, so for instance if I play this, I'll place my cursor here and play this, you'll see that it just jumps from one to the other. If I want something other than just a jump cut like that, all I need to do is to overlap one with the other. And that overlap area there is going to create what's called a crossfade, where the first one fades out while the second one simultaneously fades in. And if I play that now, you'll see that instead of jumping from one to the other, the first one fades out and the second one fades in. So very easy to create a crossfade. Now if you want something a little fancier than a crossfade, you can use a transition. So click the Transitions tab up in the window docking area. You've got a whole list of transitions. All the transitions that are installed on your computer will show up here. And you can just choose one from the list. Let's choose this page peel. And then there are all these different thumbnails that show you what that page peel would look like. So hover over a thumbnail to see how it behaves. And then just choose the one that you want. And once you know which one you want, just drag that thumbnail down and drop it onto that crossfade area. The Event Video Effects window opens up, and here you can change the parameters of that transition if you want to. In this case, I'm just going to close it. And now when we play through this, instead of a crossfade, you'll see that we have the page peel, and here it comes. So very easy to add a transition, very easy to create a crossfade, fades in and out again. Remember, on every event you can fade in and out. Also, copy and paste. If we didn't want this clip to be here, we can right-click it and choose Cut, Copy, or whatever. Let's choose Cut here. Notice it takes away both the video and the audio. And let's paste it here. Right-click and choose Paste, and now it's there. So very easy editing operations. Basically just click and drag things where you want them, overlap them to create crossfades, drop a transition on, create fades at the beginning and the end, and so forth. Those are some very easy and quick basic techniques that you'll use all the time when you're editing in Vegas Movie Studio.